Hey Virgo, we're here for your monthly tarot love reading for October 2025. This is for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and for any of you lovely cross-watchers dealing with a Virgo romantically. Now, please keep in mind, Virgo, these are general readings, so I do like to remind you of that. They may or may not resonate, which is totally okay. You're more than welcome here to take what works and leave the rest. So we're gonna jump right into it. I gotta say though, happy fall. Where I live in the world, it is the fall season. I am obsessed with it. I love fall. I love sweater weather. I love pumpkins. I love pumpkin spice. I love Halloween. So I'm kind of obsessed with this month. Let me know. Do you guys love fall as much as I do? And what do you love most about fall? Like, what are you doing this October? I don't know, to celebrate the fall season. The falling leaves, the changing leaves, all of it is delicious to me. I love it. So let me know if you love it as much as I do, and let me know what you love most about fall in the comments if you'd like to. Okay, we're gonna get into it here, Virgo. Let's see what could be coming towards you guys in love for this month. First card coming out, interesting. We've got the Five of Wands. Okay, now the Five of Wands is a card of conflict and competition. So we're gonna have to pull more cards to see where this is going because there's a couple things coming to mind. It could indicate that you're dealing with some sort of conflict in a romantic situation. It could also be somebody fighting for your attention. It could be somebody trying to win you back. We're gonna just have to see where it goes. Tell me more about what could be coming toward Virgo this month. Oh, what is this? 10 of Wands. I feel like there's some emotional baggage here, Virgo. Maybe this month there's a bit of heaviness surrounding a connection between you and somebody. It feels like there's baggage. It kind of feels to me like some stuff went down between the two of you, and it's going to be coming to the surface this month. Tell me more about what could be coming toward Virgo. Temperance. Okay, that's positive, you guys. So Temperance is Sagittarian energy, but it's a very balanced energy. So this is actually making me feel hopeful. So what I see here in the overall energy for October is you could be in a bit of a rough patch between you and your person, okay? Maybe you've been having conflict, you've been butting heads, you've been having fights. It hasn't really felt like smooth sailing. There's probably been a bunch of tension in the connection. It feels heavy with the 10 of Wands. It's probably been weighing on your mind. It's probably been weighing on their mind. It doesn't feel good emotionally. There's probably stress. You're probably feeling kind of anxious about things. But the fact that we have the Temperance card following both of those, it indicates that the situation is probably going to be moving into a much more balanced place. So this is making me feel hopeful that if you're feeling a little bit weird right now between you and your person and things have been a bit tense and not really going super well, this month might present an opportunity for things to shift into a much more balanced energy. So that's what I'm seeing as the overall vibe for October. So here's what we're going to do for the rest of the reading. We're going to look more at this person and we're going to look more at you. So we're going to look at their overall energy this month, what they could be feeling, what actions they could be taking. I'll look at the same thing for you, Virgo, and then we'll look at the potential outcome. So let's just kind of see where it goes. Tell me about this person's energy, please. First card coming out is the Emperor. Okay. The Emperor is Aries energy. We're getting a lot of fire energy. Actually, we've only got fire energy so far. So maybe you're dealing with a fire sign, a Leo, Aries, or a Sagittarius, but whoever you're dealing with, the Emperor tends to be somebody who does really well at work. And when I pulled that card, Virgo, the first thing that came to mind is like, maybe your person works a lot and you feel like they don't prioritize you. Maybe that's why you guys have been butting heads. Maybe there's been an issue here where they're a bit of a workaholic and you feel like you're always on the back burner and they don't make time for you. That's potentially one of the issues that could be going on here. I also feel like with the Emperor energy, a little bit of like emotional detachment. So I also wonder, Virgo, if maybe like you've tried to talk to your person about how you've been feeling and maybe they haven't totally been understanding what the issue is, or they felt like a bit emotionally detached, and maybe that's felt frustrating to you. Tell me more, please, about this person's energy. 5 of Cups. Okay. Yeah, so I do think that they've done something to let you down. Now, this is a minor arcana. It's not a major arcana, so I do think they probably let you down, but I feel it is something that you can probably work through if both of you want to. But I do think they let you down, but it's almost like I feel they haven't done a good job of recovering from it, if that makes sense, right? You know, sometimes like our partner lets us down and you're like, I really just needed you to like take ownership and apologize. But then I don't know why with the Emperor, I'm kind of getting the energy of them becoming defensive. And maybe like you tried to address an issue with them and they got kind of defensive and now it's kind of spiraled. So that could be going on. Tell me more about this person's energy, please. The Hanged Man. Okay. I mean, I hope that this is them slowing down, pausing, and looking at the situation from a different perspective. Sometimes I feel like the Hanged Man energy is somebody putting themselves in the other person's shoes. I'm hoping, Virgo, that maybe, okay, so what happened is maybe your person let you down and hasn't really dealt with it effectively, but maybe this month, now they're starting to look at things differently. Because I kind of feel like the Hanged Man could be them finally starting to put themselves in your shoes and be like, okay, I can see why Virgo is upset about that. I can see why this is an issue. And then they can take that understanding and maybe try to fix things with you. Let's keep going. Tell me more about what they could be feeling. Oh, okay, Four of Swords. This came jumping out. This is a card that tends to indicate like taking a break, taking some time. Like maybe the two of you are taking a bit of space from each other right now. The good thing is that I do think your person is reflecting. I definitely get the sense here, Virgo, that even if they do feel a little bit detached, I do think they've been thinking about what happened. And I do think they're reflecting on their behavior. Tell me more, please, about what they could be feeling this month. Three of Wands. This says to me that they want a future with you, right? And so this is probably why they're looking at things from a different perspective. Maybe they're like, okay, I messed up. I'm now realizing I did not handle it well. And I do want a future. Because the Three of Wands is that visionary energy of thinking of the future and planning for a future. And so I think they're realizing that they're going to have to do something to fix this, because if they want a future with you, they need to repair what happened here so that you guys can get to a better place. Tell me more about what they could be feeling. Yeah, look at that, you guys. They don't want to lose you, Virgo. They really don't. So I'm hoping that as we get into this reading, maybe it's giving you a little bit of reassurance, because the tarot is definitely suggesting that things could be shifting in a good way. It's suggesting to me that your person is now reflecting on their behavior, thinking about what they did. They do not want to lose you. With that Four of Pentacles, it's like they're holding on for dear life. They do not want to let you go, Virgo. And so I think they're seeing things from a different perspective and putting themselves in your shoes and being like, okay, I can see why Virgo's upset. And now I need to do something to fix it. Okay, so let's see what actions they could be taking this month. Okay, Knight of Wands, more fire energy, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. This is like an action-oriented card. It's kind of like they're jumping in. They're now wanting to fix their mistakes. They're wanting to make things better. There's a little bit of a chaotic energy with this, but I do think they mean well. I do think they're going to start taking action towards fixing the issues. Tell me more about what actions they could be taking this month. Queen of Wands, okay. I think that they're trying to mature up. I don't know why. That's like a weird way of saying it, but what came into my mind is like mature up. I don't know. It's kind of like level up. I don't know sometimes why the phrasing comes in the way it does, but like with the Queen of Wands, I think they're trying to like, you know, I guess we could say grow up. They're trying to grow up. They're trying to show you like they can be mature. They can deal with the issues. They can resolve the problems. They're obviously attracted to you. I'm definitely going to say that you guys have like crazy chemistry, because like there's so much fire energy here, you guys. And so they're realizing they need to bring like a more mature approach to, you know, being in the relationship, basically. Tell me more about what actions they could be taking this month. Okay, that's perfect. Like, honestly, that's perfect as the final card for your person. So here's the thing with the Star. It's Aquarian energy, so maybe some of you guys are dealing with an Aquarius. But at the end of the day, whoever you're dealing with, the Star energy is someone who wants to heal things. The Star energy is somebody who wants to repair things. And I kept saying that, where I'm like, I get the sense that your person now realizes what they did, Virgo, and they're going to want to repair it this month, okay? And the Star card is the most significant indicator that you're probably going to see them taking active steps, because this is also showing up in their actions, taking active steps this month to repair anything that has been an issue between the two of you. It's a little frustrating because I feel that you're going to be like, I'm happy, thank you. I wish you had done this sooner, but you know what? It's water under the bridge at this point, right? And I do think that your person, My sense is that they just didn't handle it well in the moment. You can let me know if this resonates, Virgo, but I do think that they're taking the time to reflect, look at their behavior, and be like, oh shit, I messed up. I now understand why Virgo's upset, and I'm gonna do everything that I can to try and heal and repair things this month. That's what I see for your person's energy. So let's look at you. Tell me about Virgo for October. The Hermit, which is your energy. I definitely think you're going in and like thinking about everything that's happened. This is a very introspective card, right? So you're doing some soul searching. What I'm getting here as the message is you're like, I don't like what happened. That didn't feel good to me. I don't like that. So you're not impressed with what they've done. And so you're thinking about things. Tell me more about Virgo's energy. 7 of Wands. I like that a lot, actually. Okay. So the 7 of Wands can be an energy of setting boundaries. And basically to me, this is like saying to another person, this is what I'm okay with and this is what I'm not okay with. Here are my boundaries. And if you cross my boundaries, here's the repercussions of that. And so as the two of you start to communicate and talk about this situation, I think something that's going to be really important for you is establishing what your boundaries are. So your person might come in and apologize and you're like, thank you. And you guys work through it. But then you set some boundaries where you're like, in the future, this is not okay for me. If this happens again, then this will be the result. So it's like you're setting healthy boundaries around what you will accept and what you won't accept in certain situations, which is very mature, in my opinion. Tell me more. 5 of Pentacles, yeah. This has been very frustrating for you, I think, Virgo. I think you've felt left out in the cold by this situation. And I think that's been really hard to deal with because, like I said, I think that you just want your person to understand. This is like, okay, I think we've all had fights like this with our partner. Like, let me know, because I've definitely had this, where it's like, you're trying to explain to them, like, this is why I'm upset, and they're just like not getting it, right? And it's not even like they're messing with you. They just don't seem to understand. And you're like trying to explain it to them in all these different ways. And for whatever reason, I don't know, they've got like a mental block or they're feeling defensive or whatever it is. And so that feels like very isolating, right? So I do think the 5 of Pentacles represents that you've been like trying to explain to your person why you feel the way you do about the situation. And I just feel it's taken them a little bit of time to truly understand. But I do see that understanding coming this month. But I still think it's been a very frustrating situation for you. Okay, let's see what Virgo could be feeling. Queen of Cups, you love them. So that's probably what keeps you holding on, right? We don't tend to walk away from somebody when we have a lot of love. I think you can obviously simultaneously be frustrated with this person, but also still love them, right? So the Queen of Cups does tell me that you have a lot of love for this person, even if they've done some things to let you down. Tell me more, please. 7 of Swords. Okay. But there is the question of trust. That always does come up with the 7 of Swords. So there could be part of you that's like, I feel like a bit of trust has been broken. I don't love how this situation was handled. It didn't feel good to me. Can I trust them? Can I, feel good that they're gonna grow up? They're not gonna do these things again. There is a little bit of that kind of floating around in your mind, Virgo. And again, I think that's natural, especially like if there has been some sort of conflict or there has been some sort of tension. You're just kind of like, okay, can I trust them? Can we get past this? 7 of Swords can also be an energy of self-sabotage. So maybe there's like part of you that's like, were they sabotaging things? How can I be confident that they're not going to do it again? These are all things that I think you're going to have to emotionally navigate this month. Tell me more, please, about what Virgo could be feeling. King of Wands. But at the end of the day, I think you're feeling confident. King of Wands is like very decisive. Like they know who they are. They know what they deserve. And so here's the thing, Virgo. Do I think your person messed up? Yes. Do I think you guys can recover from it? I do, from what I'm seeing. I don't think this has to be something that breaks you guys up. Obviously, it's your choice what you want to do with this, but I feel like it's good to evaluate it. I think it's good to look at this situation and be like, this happened, so how do I feel about it? Do I feel like I can trust them? Do I feel like things are okay? Do I not? And just be clear about what your boundaries are, because somebody with the King of Wands energy is not going to settle. So if you truly do not believe you can trust this person again, I mean, okay, there's probably a decision you have to make then if you feel you can't trust them. But I also feel like this might be one of those situations where you're like, I don't like what happened, but I see them working on it and I've thought about it and I do trust them and I do love them. So let's give it a go. So tell me what actions Virgo could be taking this month, please. Strength. I like that. There's kind of two messages that I feel coming through here. So the strength card to me, first of all, is about your inner strength. I think you've probably learned a lot about yourself and become stronger through this situation. But also, I've got to say, the message that I'm getting here is like, you're realizing, and bear with me, but it's like, you're realizing that you guys have actually become stronger as a result of this. Because honestly, sometimes the hardest moments that happen in relationships, if we're able to go through that with our partner, through those hard moments and talk about it and recover and build back that love and build back the trust, that can actually really strengthen a relationship because it kind of signals to you and your person, like, even in the hard moments, we can work through this and we can come out stronger. I feel like there could be that realization for you this month, Virgo. Tell me more, please, about what actions you could be taking. 10 of Swords, yeah. I mean, this to me is just recovering from whatever the situation is. And so obviously, there's going to have to be some time for you guys to talk about this, repair it, work through it. I'm not saying it's like an overnight solution, but I do think this is something you guys can work through. Again, if it's what you both want. Tell me more, please, about what actions you're taking. Queen of Swords, good. It's kind of like my favorite thing to see. You know what the Queen of Swords is? It's a communicating energy, okay? This is someone who's like, instead of sitting around and sitting in my emotions and feeling frustrated, I'm going to go talk to them. I'm going to have a conversation. So this tells me that you are very open to talking to this person. You're open to hearing what they have to say. It's not always easy conversations, but it's like, get that out there. Get that hard stuff out there. Have those conversations. And it could be something that ends up bringing the two of you closer together if you're able to work through it. So to me, this month feels very interesting because something that's perhaps been festering in your relationship, I think it's coming to the surface. I think a big thing is that we see a shift in your person's energy. We see them starting to actually understand what they did wrong and starting to take action. You're a little bit more guarded and uncertain, I think, because you've been hurt. But it's like you get to the point where you're like, you know what? Yeah, let's just talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's get it out in the open and let's try and fix it. So moment of truth. Let's see what the potential outcome is here. 7 of Cups. Okay, you guys are going to need to clear up any of the confusion, any of the hurt. What else? 2 of Cups, the soulmate card. So the tarot is kind of like, yeah, clear up the confusion because you guys are soulmates. What else? And then the 6 of Cups, yeah. I think you guys are going to be fine. That's my sense here, Virgo, because look, I know you've been in a bit of a mess. This is the confusing energy, the what's going on, what's going to happen. But like at the end of the day, look at this, you guys. These 2 cards together indicate a very strong soul connection. The 2 of Cups is literally the soulmate card. And then the 6 of Cups is like, you guys have probably made a lot of memories together. You have this very special bond. There's this really strong love between the 2 of you. Like all of that is still here. It has not disappeared, Virgo. And so this might be a really significant month to help clear up a tough situation. And again, I'm not saying it's going to be all sunshine and rainbows immediately, but like this feels like something you guys can work through. And, you know, as frustrating as it might be that maybe it took your person a little bit longer to understand and take action, it looks like they're getting there. So if you still love them and you guys can deal with this in a healthy way, I feel like this month could bring in a lot of movement in a productive and positive direction for you guys. So there could be a shift. So if you feel like you've been stuck and things have been tense and they've been stressful, the tarot is suggesting this month could bring a big shift into a much more positive direction in that situation, okay? So that's what I see here for you, Virgo. If you enjoyed this reading, you know what to do. Give me a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button and notification bell. And of course, I wish you so much love and so much happiness, and we'll talk soon. Bye, guys.